So today I picked up two pinball machines from a warehouse behind a store. I totally was not looking for pinball machines, but I happened to see two pinball machines in the back and made a deal with the owner and brought them home. This is going to be a multi-part series, so stay tuned. Okay, so we're looking at Popeye Saves the Earth. So overall, this machine is in decent condition. Most of the rubber rings are just gone, dry rotted, and just kind of barely hanging on. So on these 90s era Bally Williams games, they had a problem with fading. And this game is definitely one of the victims of that. All the red just fades out if you have it near any kind of window or sunlight hits it. So you can see right through here, this is supposed to be a bright red color. Now, unfortunately, this game had gotten some rain on it. There was a leak in the roof at the place I got it from. And the back of the back box is particle board. And the rainwater got to that or dripped on it and caused it to swell. And the same for underneath the cabinet. Oddly enough, it only goes about halfway up the cabinet. The game is still structurally sound, but this is a little flimsy right here in this corner here. I was able to move it with the pinball dolly, no trouble, but yeah, the wood was kind of flaking off a little bit, or the particle board material. Overall, the bones of the game are decent with the exception of the particle board, which I might just go ahead and replace the bottom and the back box particle board pieces with brand new fresh cut. So when I got the game, the display actually was not even working. And come to find out, the ribbon connector that goes on the display driver board was actually disconnected. The previous owner didn't know much about pinball machines. So I'm gonna open up the inside and we'll take a look at the underside of the machine. It's actually not that bad. Just really dirty and dusty. The underside of the playfield is pretty decent. Gotta go through and check all the bulbs. So one thing I did notice right off the bat, this flipper linkage is just worn out really bad. You can kind of see that, so I'm gonna do a flipper rebuild on this, but that screw is just barely hanging on there. This one seems to be okay on the right side, but I'm going to go ahead and do both of them at the same time. Let's take a look at the Pinbot. This is the first time I've seen underneath here. Pull the glass off. Looks like we've got a missing post right there. Overall, this pinball is in pretty decent condition. Just needs a good cleaning. Looks like they put some Mylar underneath the high wear areas. There's a big piece of Mylar right here. Can't really see it on camera very well. It looks like there might have been a little bit of wear right here, right there, and right there. And a little bit of wear right here, which is a high traffic area. But it's not too bad compared to some that I've seen. I think whoever had the Mylar down probably preserved this playfield for a little while longer. So this game, I have no displays happening on it right now. I did look at the power driver board and it looks like someone got in there and removed a couple of components. So I think what I'm going to do, since I'm not super familiar with the System 11, I believe that's what it is. Could be System 9. I'm sure people can let me know in the comments. I'm just going to go ahead and get a new power driver board. And I think that should solve it, hopefully. So let's take a look underneath and see what it looks like. Okay, here's the underside. Looks pretty good. I don't see a whole lot of parts laying around in the back. It did come with some extra parts. I think there's some extra rubber rings and some bulbs. It's missing the tilt ball. But overall, looks pretty neat. Doesn't look like a whole bunch of people have been in here. Looks like they replaced the flipper coils at some point. Those look newer. And overall, looks pretty good. Got a couple of bulbs out, I see. So I'm going to give this Popeye a little wipe down. Now, a lot of people use Novus, and I use that as well. But for my initial clean on a pinball machine that's been super dirty, found this years ago. It's called Powerhouse by Zepp. And this spray is amazing. You can just spray it on and wipe it off, and it gets all that grime off. And then you can go back with Novus and do your polish. I use Novus number 2 mostly for the main polish after I hit it with the Powerhouse. So let's go through and kind of just do a quick wipe down and see how much playfield comes back as far as its nice shine, and get rid of all that dirt and gunk that's in there. Okay, I just let that stuff sit on there just for a second or two. And you can already see it's really cleaning up nicely. Yeah, this stuff's amazing. It's kind of hard to find. It's an industrial product. But yeah, it just effortlessly cleans the playfield that's super dirty. So I'm just doing a quick little wipe down just to kind of see what's what with everything before I get in here and start removing pieces to get at the underside of the playfield, underside of the mini playfield, and also replacing all the rubbers. And I'll go ahead and use the Powerhouse on all the plastics as well. It really gets all that gunk and stain out of the plastics. A little bit of elbow grease. Well, this is kind of a start, at least, before I really get into the full shop job, which I will document, and hope you guys want to stay tuned and follow along as I go through shopping this machine and fixing any issues it might have, and also the same with the Pinbot. So I'm going to give a quick once-over spray with Powerhouse on the Pinbot as well, just to knock off some of that accumulated dirt and grime that's built up on this game for however long it's been since it's been cleaned, which has been a long time from what I can tell. I'll just give it a quick wipe and see what happens. Yeah, I just like to knock off the dust and grime before I get into a shop job on a game. Plus, it allows me to kind of play it a little bit and see what I need to adjust or repair. This one, it wasn't as bad as Popeye over there, but yeah, it's not bad. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Wanted to kind of keep it short and give you a quick introduction on both of the games, and just to kind of a quick clean, just to see what I'm dealing with as far as dirt and grime and that sort of thing. So stay tuned to the next episode. We'll start getting into the shop job on Popeye, and I'll probably work on these both at the same time in each video, so you kind of get a little bit of the modern 90s era pinball machines, and then the 80s era pinball as well in the same video. So stay tuned, and see you next time.